My parents blamed me for theft for years, destroying my trust. Now, the real culprit's arrest left them begging for forgiveness. I'm 23 now, but the events that shaped me into who I am today began when I was just 15. Middle child, stuck between an older sister, 25, and a younger brother, 19. My parents, 54 and 53, always made a big deal out of fairness, or so I thought. What happened in my teenage years would show me just how fragile that illusion really was. It all started shortly after my 15th birthday. My dad had this collection: pocket knives, baseball cards, autographed baseballs. He'd been collecting them for years, and some of those items were worth a fair bit. Not thousands of dollars or anything, but enough to matter. Suddenly, things started disappearing from his room, and somehow they always ended up in mine. At first, I was confused. Why would I take them? But my parents didn't bother asking me that question. They assumed the answer and came down on me hard. Punishments piled up, each one worse than the last. Vacations? Gone. A 17th birthday celebration? Didn't happen. A driver's license at 16? Forget it. Even getting a car was out of the question. My parents made sure every privilege was stripped away, one by one. My protests of innocence fell on deaf ears. I begged, pleaded, cried. It didn't matter. My parents were convinced I was a thief, and soon the rest of my family followed suit. My grandparents, uncles, aunts, they all looked at me like I was some kind of criminal in the making. "You'll end up on the news one day," my dad once said. A robbery suspect or worse. I began to wonder if they were right. What if I was stealing without realizing it? Maybe I had some kind of mental issue. Sleepwalking? Memory lapses? I didn't know what to think anymore. I just knew that I was losing everything: my family's trust, my childhood, my sense of self. The breaking point came when I turned 18. I'd had enough. I moved out and cut off contact, save for the occasional call or holiday card. I couldn't bear to face them. The hurt, the mistrust, it was too much. For 5 years, I lived my life independently, far from the family that had cast me out. Then, earlier this week, I got a call from my mom. At first, I thought it was just one of those obligatory "how are you doing?" calls. But her tone was different, hesitant, almost apologetic. She told me they'd started noticing things disappearing again. Only this time, I wasn't there to blame. My dad, in a rare stroke of brilliance, set up cameras in the hallway. The culprit? My younger brother. He was caught red-handed, sneaking into Dad's room and stashing the stolen items in my sister's old bedroom. My mom tried to apologize. She said she and Dad felt awful for not believing me all those years ago. She even invited me to her upcoming birthday dinner, hoping we could catch up and mend fences. For a moment, I considered it. Then I asked her about my brother's punishment. Her answer floored me. "Your dad took his phone away for a week," she said, "and no video games for a month. That was it. No missed birthdays, no canceled vacations, no revoked privileges like I had endured. Just a slap on the wrist." My anger bubbled over. I couldn't believe it. For years, I was branded a thief, humiliated, and punished for crimes I didn't commit. Meanwhile, the real thief gets a timeout and a month without his Xbox? I let loose. "Are you kidding me?" I shouted. "You let me miss out on everything: birthdays, vacations, driving, over lies, and all he gets is no phone? Go fuck yourselves." I hung up and blocked her number. For the first time in years, I felt a strange sense of justice, even if it was laced with bitterness. Am I the asshole for refusing to forgive them? Maybe. But forgiveness isn't automatic. It's earned, and right now, I don't see how they've earned it. They tore me down for years, and now that the truth is out, they think a simple sorry is enough? It's not. For now, I've decided to stay away. Maybe one day I'll be ready to face them again. But not today. Not until they understand the damage they've done and make a real effort to fix it. Until then, I'm standing my ground. I've had enough of being the scapegoat. It's time to put myself first. After the truth came out, my sister, T, reached out to apologize. She's the one family member I've consistently trusted since moving out, and her ability to admit when she's wrong is something I admire deeply. No hard feelings toward her at all. According to T, my mom had what she called an overnight epiphany. Mom kicked Jay out of the house after he finally confessed to stealing for years. He was sent to live with my grandparents, where he'd have to get a job, pay rent, and cover his tuition. Apparently, my dad resisted at first, but Mom made him see the damage Jay had done to the family. My dad later called me, full of apologies, saying I didn't have to see them again if I didn't want to, but that they hoped to make amends. He even offered to cover my student loans and throw in an extra $5,000. I told him I'd consider it, but needed time. I appreciated the apology, but wasn't ready to forgive. Meanwhile, T kept me updated. My parents, unbeknownst to me, were considering selling possessions and taking extra shifts at work to surprise me with a brand new car. It felt like a gesture born out of guilt, and while I appreciated the sentiment, I decided I wouldn't accept it. Everything I have, I've earned through my own hard work. Buying my affection felt like a shortcut to reconciliation, and I wasn't interested in that. Then came the next shock. Jay got arrested. He'd stolen my grandfather's truck and crashed it into a streetlight 2 miles from their house. Miraculously, he wasn't hurt, but the truck was likely totaled. My grandparents kicked him out, and my parents canceled his college fund to help them replace the vehicle. Dad admitted they'd been planning to use that money for my surprise car. I told him I would have declined anyway. I'm perfectly fine with my old 2001 Cherokee. Jay's behavior baffled me. He'd never been this reckless before. I wondered if he was going through a severe mental health crisis, but I'm no psychologist. I'm an engineer. Despite everything, I decided to attend my mom's birthday dinner. I'm still rebuilding my relationship with my parents, and the promise of free food at a fancy restaurant didn't hurt. The evening was going well until my cousin R, who has never liked me, decided to mock me. When my dad pulled out his wallet for his ID, R sneered, "Oh, hide your wallet. Don't want my name getting into it." Her words stung, bringing back memories of years spent under the shadow of false accusations. Flushed with embarrassment, I snapped back, "Your friends probably say the same thing to every guy in your group because of your behavior." R is a known cheater, and my comment hit a nerve. She started crying, and her dad, my uncle, jumped in to criticize me. He even had the audacity to remind me I was still on thin ice over my brother's lies. Furious, I flipped him off and walked out of the restaurant. Later, my dad called to assure me I had nothing to apologize for. My mom, however, wanted me to apologize to keep the peace. I refused, or posted a vague rant on Instagram about toxic family members. But my aunt, R's mom, surprised me with a heartfelt apology. She told me she'd dealt with R and my uncle privately, and her even took down the post. My uncle sent me a one-word text, "Sorry." It wasn't much, but it was something. The real breakthrough came during a family therapy session. My mom apologized for not defending me at the dinner and for the years of mistrust and neglect. My dad followed suit, apologizing to all three of us kids for the way he'd handled things. Jay also apologized, admitting his actions were fueled by jealousy. While my parents have allowed him back into their home, he's on strict terms to rebuild trust. As for me, my contact with Jay remains limited. Forgiveness is a long road, and I'm not ready to walk it yet. Looking back, I realize how much this ordeal has shaped me. I've learned to value my independence, stand up for myself, and set boundaries. Rebuilding trust with my parents is a slow process, but I'm cautiously optimistic. If nothing else, this journey has taught me one thing. Family can break you, but they can also help you rebuild if they're willing to do the work. And for now, I'm willing to give them that chance. Thank you so much for listening to my story. If you have any thoughts, I'd love to hear them, so please leave a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more stories like this one.